Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is taking the fucking gloves off, man. There was the Axio report that said that she was for sure going to run in 2028, right? And they were like, oh, it might be Chuck Schumer's seat that she's running for. It might be president that she's running for. But for sure, there is a leak from the inside of AOC's team saying, hey, we're interested in running in 2028 for higher office. AOC is interested in leaving behind her congressional seat and going after a bigger piece of the pie, right? Which is something that online media has been speculating for a long time. Just to lay it out there, I do feel like she's probably going to gear towards a Senate run. Gavin, are you still feeling like she might lean towards the presidency?
Oh, it's so tough, bro. It's so tough because the Senate, I do think, is basically a lock. If I were Chuck Schumer, I wouldn't even freaking try to run against her. Yeah, I think for him, that would probably be the best option, is like to just gracefully step down and retire and let her have it. But I also do think that 2028 is going to be such a important and impactful primary. And again, as people love to point out, I mean, look at fucking Pete Buttigieg. Running for president is not just about winning. It's about elevating your brand. It's about elevating your name recognition. It's about getting cabinet positions, even if you don't ultimately succeed, or the vice presidency. Look at Kamala Harris, literally performed the most embarrassing, primary campaign of all time, had to drop out before her own home state. Somehow, Zach, she still got picked by Joe Biden to be his vice president. And then, of course, briefly had a real shot at becoming the next president of the United States. So people that are like, oh, AOC shouldn't run for president, like she might not win, she probably couldn't win. Who cares? There's so much more, at stake. There's so many more reasons to run for president than just actually winning, I hate to say. Again, I mean, look at Tulsi Gabbard. She has a position in the administration after a humiliating run for president. Look at RFK Jr. I mean, he started out running as a Democrat, but obviously he got himself a cabinet position. There's a lot to be earned through a run for president. And that's not even to mention, Zach, the ideological contribution that AOC could make up there on the debate stage, very much so playing the role of Bernie in 2016, and saying like, no, we're not just going to do this like Gavin Newsom style milquetoast neoliberal return to the status quo thing. We need to take a step forward. We need to actually offer a promising, serious vision for this country to Americans in a left-wing fashion. So I honestly hope she runs for president.
Yeah, I agree that I think that, it would be really good to have her on stage for president. My hope, like if it was just like a little mobile of Washington, D.C. and I got to, move around all of the Congress people like pawns and make them do my bidding, I would have AOC run for the Senate seat, just because I think that getting rid of Chuck Schumer, replacing the old guard, is going to be so pivotal. But I also would encourage somebody to fill that role in the presidential race that AOC will not be able to fulfill if she's running for the Senate. That's why I've been really encouraged by the rumblings of people saying that Rashida Tlaib should run in 2028. Obviously, she has a much smaller chance, I would say, of succeeding and getting into the upper echelon of primary candidates. But I think she would be excellent on the debate stage. I think she would be excellent at shifting the Overton window. And who knows, potentially the American people could decide that they really relate to her and that they want somebody who's a real fighter and they want somebody who has showed a lot of conviction. I just do worry that she will be up against a motherfucker of advertising and hate pieces and, the attack dogs of the establishment trying to rip her apart.
Yeah, and we don't even have any indication that that's something she's interested in. Like, I don't think she's really made any moves that suggest she's interested in mounting a campaign for the presidency. I do think AOC has at multiple points now, showed that she is that ambitious, that's where she's, ultimately wanting to take things. So I think this is the time to do it. This is the time to do it. But obviously if she runs for the Senate, I'll be very much so in support of that as well.
Yeah. And, one of the things that I was pleased to see from AOC is that, like we said earlier, she's taking the gloves off. So here is a video that was tweeted out by Congressman Randy Fine. It said, if we don't tackle this mental illness, this is what will be roaming our streets all across America. Leftism must be crushed. And then he plays this video.
This is right out of Zach's search history.
Yeah. Relatively inoffensive.
Covering up the best part. There we go. Good boy. You know, he's like clapping behind him. What a good boy. Woof woof.
And it's like, it's weird, right? It's strange, but who cares, right? This is supposed to be the land of the free, the home of the brave. I actually went to high school and had a good buddy in high school with this guy who now goes by Timber full time, but he got really into this dog shit, man. He was an Eagle Scout. Like, we knew each other like way back then. So it's like normal people do get involved. I mean, whatever, right? But like regular ass dudes, like they get involved in this. It's a free fucking country, right? You can do whatever you want. You're allowed to sniff each other's ass, dress up like a dog, fuck each other all you want to. But then AOC throws a fucking haymaker at Randy Fine and says, "Why are you tweeting your private likes?"
Yeah, that is good.
And she absolutely
ratioed
the fuck out of him.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny for a couple of reasons. Obviously, for one, like the implication that only left-wingers engage in like weird like fetish play and stuff. Like, if anything, the whole Trump administration and the Epstein thing has revealed the extent to which all powerful people, all super elitist types have all kinds of weird, disgusting fetishes, I guess you could say that, to put it mildly, that are, again, that are so disgusting that you now want me to be pissed off at these consenting adults. Like, we literally found out that the entire elite class is basically a cabal of pedophiles, and now I'm supposed to be pissed off at these like random consenting adults who, again, it's not even that degenerate. This guy has his pants on. Yeah. He's not like shooting ropes all over the place as he does it. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's just fucking, I mean, it's weird. I wouldn't go to this convention, but like, I don't even think this is as weird as some of the furry shit. Like, these guys are, it looks kind of like just some BDSM sort of shit with a dog theme. Yeah. Look at some furry conventions. You want to see some real out there shit, some real, like, again, I don't judge it. I literally don't judge it at all, but that's some really weird shit. This is not even that crazy.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying, right? Like, obviously, I think that, maybe most normal people don't want to dress up as a dog and do tricks for someone else. But it's also like, I don't know, like, isn't this what the Republican Party at its core is supposed to be standing up for, right? Small government, not oppressing people for just engaging peacefully in things that interest themselves. At the end of the day, if you were to boil down the principles that they espouse, it's land of the free, right? Like, why are you not free to do weird shit too?
Yeah, 100%. And also, it's not like this is in front of children or something. Like I would get it if adults. I would get it if this was like one of those like drag queen story hours, and they were trying to do some of this shit or something. Like, I would get people being uncomfortable. But this is just a bunch of dudes that look like they're all into this thing, and it is weird. Like, someone's like, don't call it weird, that's judging it. Like, it is weird. I think they'd be the first to admit that. The people in these kind of communities love to call everyone else vanilla, because they're so fucking edgy and weird. They lean into that stuff. But that's nothing to be ashamed of. If that's what you're into, then that's what you're into. Who really gives a fuck? It doesn't as long as you're not harming anyone else, as long as everyone's a consenting adult, then it truly does not matter. And again, this doesn't even look explicitly sexual. No. They're just like, this could just be kind of like some weird, like, is it really that much different than going to Comic-Con dressed up as some stupid fucking Marvel character and walking around? Is it really that different? These guys are into pretending to be dogs and a dog trainer, so they're in a high school auditorium or something. It's probably not a high school auditorium, but you know what I'm saying.
It kind of looks like a high school auditorium, right? Like, it kind of does. Like, you see that arch around, that's probably a 3-point shot line. They're on the like wood basketball court.
Hopefully it's at least a college auditorium.
Fair enough. Yeah. And hey, you know what? Maybe these people are actually patriots, Gavin, that found an underfunded school, and they were like, you know what? We know how to make up the wiggle room. We know how to give you guys a little padding around the edges. You let me and my dogs come in here and use it over the weekend. We'll cut you off some scratch. You know what I'm saying? But I completely agree with your point. That's actually such a smart way of putting it, Gavin. How different is this from NakaCon? Right? When I had never heard of NakaCon until I started delivering pizza back in the day, but there's a Sheraton hotel in Overland Park that gets overrun with dudes in manga costumes, people in furry costumes, some dudes dressed up in shit that I do recognize, like Zelda or fucking Mario, and other dudes in all kinds of elaborate costumes I've never seen before. But yeah, this instinct to play dress up is not inhuman at all. It's very normal if you look throughout history. So that's a great way of kind of reestablishing like this is no different than that. It's acting, it's playing a role, right? Like I don't imagine that this guy goes to work on Monday with that shit around his face. And if he does, like, you know what? He found a job that works for
him. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Such a stupid thing to tweet. There's no proof that those people are even leftists. You don't think there's some super right-wing MAGA type guys that are like real, like have some crazy kinks? Come on. You have to be kidding yourself. You have to be fucking kidding yourself. I bet there's some freaky fucking old MAGA boomers out there that do some way weirder shit than this.
Oh God, 100%, 100%. I mean, I was watching that Vice is Broke documentary, and even just going through some of the old things that Vice used to cover, there was all kinds of freaky shit that Vice used to cover back in the day. Like, you know what I mean? And it would be like, oh yeah, this woman's like pissing on this guy's face at a house party, and you're like, what the fuck is happening? And they would be like, the camera guy's right in there, and you're like, oh, you know what I mean? But nobody talks about that.
Gotta bring that back.
Dude, I mean, it is one of those weird things about going like deep on the internet back in the day was that there really was no protections, right? Which I kind of miss because now I am an adult and I kind of grew up as a kid. Like you could find anything on the internet. The internet does feel a lot more sanitized now, as Gavin likes to call it. It's been totally gentrified. And watching those old Vice videos, and they were pulling clips from ones that I'd never even seen that they filmed in like 2007, 2008. And it was like, oh man, like you guys were covering some like crazy degeneracy in this country. And it was cool to do.
Oh yeah, 100%.